Hi, my name's Eve, and welcome back to the second ever animation community pitches. Tonight I have a set of new and fun, interesting indie animated series, and even some short films to show to everyone. So let's just hop, skip, and jump into things.
Hi there, I'm Rexrock. I'm the creator of Worlds Apart Realm Saga, and this is my presentation pitch for the series. Worlds Apart is an action comedy series with hints of cosmic horror. Set in an urban fantasy setting, the series takes place in a world where the supernatural exists. Different realities, referred to as realms, such as heaven, hell, and the realm of chaos, to name a few, exist. There are a bunch of other supernatural stuff, such as aliens, demons, and people with unnatural, almost superhuman-like abilities, referred to as the Gifted. The story follows a group of 4 protagonists as they are dragged into uncovering and stopping a sinister plot that may result in the end of all existence. The characters. Steven. Steven is an inventor working for the worldwide and totally not suspicious cybernetic company known as Salus Enterprises. Later on, he is the first to discover the secrets that the company has been hiding, as well as discovering he has strange abilities of unknown origin. Jack. Jack is Steven's and Joey's childhood friend and a struggling musician. Later on, he helps out the others when they become targets of the mysterious antagonists of the series. He is a capable fighter with a big heart and often puts himself in danger for the sake of others. Joey is a gifted human with a troubled past, having the gifted ability of kinetic energy manipulation. He is Rex's best friend and Jack's roommate, and always tries to see the positive of things. During the series, Joey and the others discover the origins of his gifted powers. Finally, we have Rex, an alien mercenary from the warrior culture planet known as Tarketria. He ends up meeting the others after accidentally crashing on Earth after a deal gone wrong with the alien mob. Rex himself is a harsh, egotistical, selfish jerk, and often never thinks about others but himself. But over the course of the series, we will see what made him that way and see his character change. Worlds Apart follows these 4 protagonists as they come across all the supernatural in this world and uncover its secrets, such as the origins of the gifted, humans, and what Salus Enterprises is hiding, and the existence of other realities. They will also get dragged into trying to stop a reality-ending scheme by the mysterious villains of the series. As for the inspiration for this series, there's a lot of things that have inspired me to do Worlds Apart, namely these things, as well as a lot, and I mean a lot of anime, as well as a lot of experiences that have happened in my life. And if you are interested in Worlds Apart and the show, you can show your support by following the Worlds Apart official accounts on Twitter and Blue Sky, as well as following my main accounts on these sites, because I'll be posting a lot of stuff there about Worlds Apart. We also have a Discord server that has a lot of stuff to do with Worlds Apart, where you can talk about it and discuss and just get general updates on Worlds Apart. I would also like to mention and just show my appreciation for everyone that has helped out with the project, because most of the people working with me on this project are just volunteering for it, because I don't really have a way to pay people. So I'm generally I genuinely appreciate everyone that is taking part in this project, and the cast and everyone on board. I'm just so grateful for all of them, and I highly suggest that you check out each and every one of them, because they've just helped out a lot and they are really talented people. So yeah, you should follow their socials here. And with that, I'm done. I got nothing more, I guess. So yeah, thank you for letting me be part of Pitch Night, and bye.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Scorcho Scorchton, and I can't wait for you to see our new series about yours truly. It's gonna have action, mystery, danger, oh, and the super evil villain, the
Whoa, okay, calm down. We don't want to put all our cards out on the table just yet. Hi, my name is Skulls. the director of Starcast. As Scorch has said, this will be an action-adventure series that follows Scorcho after being sent to the Helix Isles by his rich uncle Ray Hyatt. He doesn't exactly find himself loving the job he was sent on, but one thing leads to another and he ends up trapped in the complex cave system that entangles the island. Will Scorcho be able to find his way out, or will some unforeseen factors keep him in the cave longer than expected? Find out when Starcast releases at some point. Yeah, we're still working on a release date.
Ugh, lame.
Oh, whatever. You can follow our project on Twitter, where we'll be posting constant updates about how the project is going.
Or check out the YouTube channel. Old Skullsy over here is gonna post about the history of me really soon. Oh yeah, by the way, what happened to that other guy you know? The tall, lanky one? Kinda reeked like a corpse?
Wait, you mean he isn't in containment? Well, that's a wrap, everybody. Let's pack up and get out of here before we all die.
Wait, what?
They tried to get rid of us. They tried to silence our ambition. But we will return, and we will be waiting. Isn't that right, Ashley?
Terrifyingly powerful, yet wondrous gift. One that could get very dangerous in the wrong hands. There are those who use their powers to protect others and fix the mistakes of the past.
Hello, witches and warlocks and everything in between. My name is Brittany, and I'm the director and co-creator of Enchanted, here to introduce the pitch bible for Enchanted by Record Punch Entertainment Studios. New logo created by co-director Miro. The story. Enchanted is a magical fantasy series focused on a young girl named Aria Lafreya Milan, a witch in training who moves to a transatlantic island called Golquinia to live with her aunt Sophia, who she later finds out is an original witch who is way beyond her years. Imagine being that old and looking so young living in prime time. Oh, and did I mention she has a maid who is also a vampire? Pretty sick if you ask me. Arya enters a school that is busy for gifted students, including not witches and wizards, but also supernatural beings like werewolves, vampires, and superhumans. And among them are her newfound friends, who she meets on her first day of school. But where there is good, evil arises, and the mysterious Flextros and his minions who seek to topple the foundation of magic itself, for their own individual reasons. And they know that once Vetrus is free, Docus won't be the only thing Vetrus descends upon the land. During her stay, Ori will unlock magic powers that are similar to Sophia's. This newfound power puts her on a collision course with Vectros, who has a history with Sophia. Sophia tries to steer her niece clear of this danger, but Aria's spirit gives her hope. Together alongside the Eight, Sophia's maid, and the magic staff kept in Sophia's care, Sophia and Arya go through several trials and tribulations to protect each other, and most of all become more connected with each other. Enchanted consists of 3 seasons, with Season 1 and Season 3 both be 24 episodes. Season 2 would be longer because I believe that there would be more to the story, especially since me and Mara have big ideas for the series. Do you want to be a part of the team? Enchanted is currently a volunteer project. You can contact us on all of our social media platforms. if you want to help out. If not, you can support us in our journey by following us on all available platforms. We are currently on the pilot episode as of now. Arya Lafreya Milam, age 15. The primary female lead, a young witch in training who comes across as kind but smug to those she hangs around, but will also get absorbed in any topic she's interested in. She is one of the few modern witches who can use original magic. Sofia del Mono Rosa Milam, age 1000 plus, looks 32. The secondary female lead, Arya's aunt, and a surviving member of the original witches. Living in Quenya, comes across as outwardly stern but charismatic, using her tone to hide several secrets. Janet DeMayo Jackson, age 1000 plus, looks 25. A vampire who works under Sophia as her head maid and primary confidant. She is also Arya's godmother by technicality. The Eight, Arya's friend group, made up of a sorority of teenage mages, superhumans, and even a werewolf. Let's meet them, shall we? Luna Laughlin, age 16, one of Arya's first friends, a smart and reasonable superhuman that can easily become an awkward mess. She has the rare power to disrupt most forms of magic, a power that makes her hated by most young mages. Chloe Beckham, age 14, one of Arya's first friends, a witch in training with ties to elemental magic. She may be disturbingly languid, and is definitely not the brightest tool in the shed, but she is a loyal soul. Ruby Star, age 14, one of Arya's later friends, an energetic go-getter superhuman. She's a total tomboy, joking around with her friends and carrying her prize skateboard. She has the ability to fire things of red light, which she can use as an attack or a blast. Naomi Roslin, age 15, one of Arya's late friends, a snarky and street-smart superhuman who prides herself on her looks and her people skills. Her parents own a pizza shop, which serves as the Eight's hideout. She has the usual ability to surround her limbs in magical energy, either stretching them out or turning them into their animal counterparts. Kai Ashford, age 17, one of Arya's friends, a tough macho werewolf who is abnormally strong for his species and knowledgeable about fighting and the traditions associated with them. He is also Luna's ex, who he tries to remain friends with. He tends to act as her knight in shining armor, but has a habit of overstepping his boundaries. Harrison Kingston, age 13, one of Arya's later friends, a sarcastic and dorky warlock in training whose third-rate upbringing led him to developing psychic traits. He is the son of both a witch and a werewolf, but retains his mother's powers, and his only prized possession is his emerald-colored cloak. Damien Sawyer, age 16, one of Arya's later friends, a suave and anxious warlock in training specializing in alchemical practices. He is the son of the wealthiest family in Quenya, though he seems to hide the sight of him. Otherwise, he is a very funny person who thinks he can woo anyone. Vectros, 1000 years of age, the primary antagonist of the series, formerly known as an original witch named Kieran Kroll, the founder of the band Cruelana Spells, who was excommunicated for his cruel and extremist magical practices. As Vectros, he comes off as a calculative and violent ghost-like being. Whatever plan he has involves Sophia, his four minions, his former signature weapon, and Arya. Hayes Forrester, age unknown, one of Vectros' four minions, the last of Dryads, who teams up with Vectros to avenge his people. He comes across as the brooding type, wasting his life not doing much. He is fairly stupid but makes up for it by being a powerful warrior and expert in using nature against his foes. Ace Whelan, age 19, one of Vectros' four minions, a conniving and smartly superhuman that runs a black market fronting as a casino. He also attends the same school as the Eight attend. He has the unusual ability to store items in his prized stack of cards. Jerry Spikes, age 21, one of Vectros' four minions, the straight-laced butler of the Petrius family, and a former spy of the unknown origin. He is an expert in hand-to-hand combat, but makes a name by being an expert manipulator, tending to gaslight anyone he interacts with at least once. Luke Petridge, age 23, one of Vectro's 4 minions, the eldest and only son of the moderately wealthy Petridge family. He's in a toxic relationship with his fiancée Veronica Wells, and his younger sisters treat him just like her. But secretly, this minion works out a desire to put his betrothed through the same hell she was through. Sorry, as much as we want to reveal more characters such as Luke's fiancée, who is the very lovely Veronica Wells, and the Petridge sisters, and others, we won't have enough time, but you'll meet these amazing characters soon. But anyway, here's a picture. Loquia, a transatlantic island city-state located in Europe. It's a low-cost nation for both native and immigrant citizens, though it comes with the high risk of magic insertions due to it having a history of being one, if not the oldest magic central regions on the planet. Former figureheads served in an elective oligarchy to keep the island running, though the government of the region has slowly changed to be ruled by wealthy enlighteners in recent years. The island's main exports consist of seafood and magic minerals. Gardenia City, the big city region. Most blue-collar citizens reside here and make a living as artisans. Ironically, it's the least magical region of the island. You find the cleanest and most constantly maintained buildings here, as well as several archives of its magical history. St. Louis Boulevard, the neighborhood region. Most white-collar citizens live in the district, including a handful of the 8 in the Petridge family. Rosenville National Park, the recreational forest region. It was founded by the family of Seiko Lella Rosa, hence why it's the safest forest in the region. Hulavilla, the backwater slums region. Most homes here are dilapidated and crime can be found around every corner. Usually the families of tough people or expert con men exist here, with Ace's Casino being the main attraction. Jacksonside, the Cliffside region. The former City Hall territory is named after the Jackson family, who have established connection with Virginia City and Obsidian Academy. The Sawyer Estate, a small island region where the Sawyer family lives. Jackson Memorial Academy, the magical school floats above the land, formerly known as the Thea Academy. Shrouded in the clouds that render it intangible to anyone trying to access it through many means other than the teleport. I love all things supernatural, especially witches. I was so ill one night and I ended up watching the one on Netflix and I fell in love with Medusa. Another anime that came to mind was Negi. I love the anime. Negi was super cute. Who knew you could be a young mage and a teacher at a school? Honorable mentions would be the Owl House Witch and the Sabrina the Teenage Witch anime series. But there are a lot of live action shows that had an impact, like the Vampire Diaries Supernatural, The Witcher. And also I tend to think that I'm a witch. Please don't judge me. Mara was inspired by Little Witch Academia. How enchanted came to be. Well, 2 years ago, I came with the idea that I want to make a show, so I asked Mero if he wanted to help. He said yes, surprisingly, or talked about it, and then a script was made. Honestly, I wanted to make one of those YouTube short films videos, like, 5 to 12 minutes of film, from what like Creocene does, but just not called a short film. I still want to do that one day, but anyways. But I never thought of a animation, especially indie animation. It was new to me at the time. I had to do a bit of research, but I said okay, and now here we are, 2 years later, and we are still working on this beautiful masterpiece. Do I regret doing this? Maybe. I can't speak for Mero, but I wouldn't change a thing about this wonderful masterpiece. To our team, who worked hard on this project. Without you guys, we will not be able to get this show going. Even though this project was a volunteer project, you all showed your love for it. And for me and Mero, it means everything to us. You all played a big role in this project. And I'm glad me and Mero get to direct this team of talented people such as yourselves. Cheers to many more years to come. To our supporters, thank you to our supporters who follow us on this amazing journey. Thank you for being there to support the team. We're working hard on Enchanted, and there will be more to come in 2025. We love you guys. Thank you. Want to support the team? Here are their socials and credits. Alright, this is the end of the pitch. I had fun making this, and I hope you enjoyed. I want to thank Mars for having us on our first pitch night, and I will see you guys later. And stay tuned for more of Enchanted coming your way. And this is Gafano. Goodbye. Bye.
Hello, I am Samuel Wilkinson, and I'm here to introduce the Obsidian Achives. The Obsidian Achives is a dark fantasy set in a grimdark universe where the true heirs to Albion have been scattered to the wind. Milan, the son of Mordred, must reclaim the throne to Albion with the help of his trusty little demon imp psychic Ziria, a mischievous little gremlin who causes trouble but deep down wants to become a princess. The entire show is what I would like to consider a deconstruction of the standard tropes of both the more light-hearted chaotic evil energy and the more dark-hearted lawful evil energy of various different villainous antagonists within fantasy universes. The premise takes place on the lands of Obsidian Prime, the land of which the Pendragons have been exiled. Towards the south are the mighty lands of Obsidia, a resource-rich country where only the most cunning can survive amongst the nobles. However, towards the north is the desolate wastelands of Silica, propped up by brutality and gunpowder. For the longest time, the lands of Sand dominated Obsidia with their technological advancement. However, through the cunning of Milan, both lands have been dominated by the humans against the dreaded Sandkin. Conflict and Antics is the name of the game, featuring many characters like Milan the Emperor, Mason the General, and Calum the priest soon to become Pontiff. And of course, we have demons, Ziria, the demon of lust, Dee, her older brother, who is also a demon of lust. We also have Loretta, the socially active pride demon, and who could forget Omnora, the gluttony demon. These and many more roam the halls of the Obsidian Achives, so why don't you two join us for our series, The Obsidian Achives, all available on YouTube right now. Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name's Dom, and I'm here to introduce allscrap. Allscrap is kind of like... yeah, like that. It's a sci-fi robot runabout set in the off-future, running with a group of electric punks in their lives within the scrapyard, allscrap. It's like an action comedy that just wants to be a slice of life, but things keep exploding. It's really about the future and kind of figuring it out for yourself, with the help of some good friends. The format is pretty classic. It's narratively driven, with episodic shenanigans, daily grinds, and electric explosions. It all takes place in Incandescent City. It's a Martian dome structure. It's a pretty nice place to live if you like claustrophobia. Allscrap is this little crappy yard pinched up against the side. You can see it real close there. The scrap crew are just trying to hang out and escape from the boredom of subsonic life. Monotony is the only thing in supply, so our crew makes their own fun. That's when they're not scrounging for power, dodging tech support, or trying to figure out what just exploded. Alright, characters. It's all squirrels. That's the whole cast. It's all just squirrels. Nah, the squirrels are important, but just forget about them. The scrap crew is split half bots and half humans. The bots of the scrap crew are pretty illegal for several reasons, so they kind of stay in the scrap and trash to stay hidden. The humans of the scrap crew all hang around the yard to kind of get away from their lives. The crew's more genuine than that. While the scrap crew is kind of the whole of it, it's actually made up of several smaller pairs. Who is the new kid in town? He's the straight shooter of the crew. He's got a pretty level head, and he's pretty tech capable for repairs in a pinch. He's really just looking to have fun and hang out with Hal. How is a scrapped medi unit living in the scrapyard? He's a pretty chill dude with a hot head. He can be a bit lazy, but he rocks when you get him going. So both these characters' names are incredibly confusing, and they know it. They'll constantly just riff and roast each other on anybody who says who or how whenever. Bucket is always playing around in the scrapyard. He's sort of like a near-indestructible toddler. He's kleptomaniacal, pyromaniacal, and constantly discharging power. He's basically just a happy little hazard. Mai can be a bit extreme. Think more metal than rock. On the regular, she's a downright upstanding member of society. She just prefers breaking stuff. Between Bucket and Mai, they kind of bring out the worst in each other. It's a surprisingly healthy relationship for those two. It's kind of terrible for everybody else. Kettle is a scrapped construction unit. He walks soft, but he is the big stick. A hydraulic powerhouse. As the biggest of the bots, he always keeps his cool. He goes by K most of the time, too. Graph's a handyman who's seen it all, and retired. And now he's bored. He helps the scrap crew out with fix-up. He's got that old school kind of cool about him. Together, Kay and Graph kind of make up the only real adults in the room. While they're not above getting caught up in shenanigans, they're really the ones you go running to when things get too big. Together, this pile of idiots forms the Scrap Crew. If you've ever seen Space Odyssey, Oz is literally just Hal. He's not dangerous per se, he's just a bit radical. He's not out picking fights, he's just building himself up to escape the city, and he might break the ceiling on the way out, which, could be a problem. The Scrap Crew, Bucket specifically, plugs him back in, and they may also be responsible for cleaning up whatever mess he's cooking. Oz is only a problem if you're between him and his goals. Tech support is just always a problem. They're in charge of resolving tech problems, like rogue robots. Nobody wants them around, but they keep showing up. Allscrap draws a lot of inspiration from the crazy sci-fi classics like Fooly Cooly and Megas XLR. It also borrows a lot from shows like The Last Airbender, a little Futurama. There's a pinch of Star Trek TNG in there, and some classic Gorillaz styling for you too. The first time I tried pitching scrap, I had this sweet plan. I built an entire pitch deck in a case, I got a Bible, an episodic breakdown, I made my promo trailer and put it on DVD, VHS, SD, USB, you name it, like everything. Then I filled it with trash and sent it to Cartoon Network. Yeah, Cartoon Network never got back to me on that, but no restraining orders is good as no answer, right? It was a flawless plan. I have no idea what went wrong. So, development. That's a strange one. Of all the work I do, this is constantly burning in the background. Honestly, I doubt if I could stop. Building this pile of scrap is kind of just too fun. The story's almost finished, too. Like, hell, this is just A1. A2 is set, and A3 is finale deep. At the moment, there's not much going on. But this is about the future, and we're charging up in the background, just getting ready to shock them. I've got another stupid plan up my sleeve. I've got a few social links here if anybody's interested in following along, seeing how all scrap's coming together. You can find the promo trailer over on my YouTube. It's where I put all my animated garbage. I honestly had a great time making it. It was a real riot. Thanks to marsdraws for hosting the animation pitch night. I mean, this is super fun. And to all the other artists who are contributing. This is just a great party to be a part of. Thanks for having me. Hope you guys enjoyed the scrap, and I'll see you around.
Hello, my name is Meowsers, and I, along with my friend and co-producer Ari, are creating Spot and the Sword. Spot and the Sword is a fantasy adventure indie animated series about Spot, a young kitten who lives in the great cat kingdom of Whiskeria, whose biggest goal in life is to be just like his legendary dragon-fighting mother. Spot and his friends will go on amazing adventures throughout the series, both emotionally and physically. The show is aimed towards all audiences, so if you have kids or younger siblings, Spot and the Sword is great to watch along with them. However, do be warned, despite being relatively tame, some of the subject matter and imagery can still get a little bit dark, so watch out for that. As for the characters, Spot is our main guy, and he is going to be the best adventurer the world has ever seen, except for his mom, of course. Spot brings an adventurous spirit that will lead him and his friends to victory, and possibly get them in over their heads too. Spot's mother, Elaine, is known by all as a legendary hero, and one of the 3 great warriors to take down the monstrous dragon known as the Queen of Beasts. Elaine mostly wants to do what she can to give her son a safe, happy life, and would do absolutely anything to protect him. Elaine's skills are almost unmatched, and her level-headedness and persistence has carried her well throughout her many adventures. Spot's best friend Thomas is the toughest cat around, and he's not afraid to show it. He often picks fights with bullies, yet he can't seem to tell Spot when he's about to do something stupid, and often goes along with Spot's antics. Despite how he acts, Thomas is a real sweetheart and loves his friends more than anything in the world. The voice of reason and friend to Thomas and Spot, Luna is extremely smart and hardworking. She knows pretty much everything, especially when it comes to magic, and isn't afraid to call Spot or anyone out on something she finds to be stupid. But when she's not arguing with Spot, Luna is quiet and reserved, usually hyper-focused on some kind of work or research. Flint is an old friend of Elaine's and spent all his younger years by her side. He and Elaine don't talk anymore though, and Spot is suspicious of his mother's former teammate. Flint is cunning, courageous, and stubborn. As for the setting, these characters live in the great kingdom of Whiskeria, a place surrounded by high mountains with beautiful snowy peaks and filled with sweeping hills and low valleys, lush with tall winding trees and colorful wildflowers. Whiskeria is a beautiful place, and any cat is lucky to live there. However, Whiskeria isn't all flowers and valleys. There are many dark secrets kept safe from the public eye deep within the main castle's walls. There have even been rumors about the Queen of Beasts making her return, and bringing great devastation to the entire kingdom. Spot and the Sword is heavily inspired by shows like Bluey, Hilda, and the Owl House, focusing heavily on creating a mystical atmosphere while diving deep into each character's inner struggles and relationships with one another. The show is meant to be whimsical, magical, and emotionally driven, and its major themes are friendship, family, and the importance of having a respect for and protecting nature. So what's the plan? Spot and the Sword is currently just a standalone pilot episode. However, ideas for full seasons are being worked on, and if the pilot is successful, it is very likely that a full season would be made. So how can you support us? You can support Spot and the Sword by following us on Twitter, Blue Sky, and any other socials we make. People's support mean the world to us, and the more eyes we can get on the show means the more money we can raise when we start crowdfunding. Thanks so much for listening in about our little show, and I hope you enjoy it when it comes out.
nobody's home. Figured. Alright, it's safe to come in.
You sure this is the best scavenging spot? This place doesn't exactly feel emptied out.
It's safer than it is outside. If anything's still scurrying around in here, we can dip immediately.
Whatever you say, cowboy.
Jane! Are you okay? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh shit, get down, get down, get down.
All bow down to the saber-tooth.
Do you like bugs? Do you like cowboys? Do you like bug cowboys? Welcome to Wild Wesley, an alternate history series that follows a gang of insect outlaws and their journey across the Old West. This series follows Wily Wesley, a shrill and hot-tempered weevil, and his gang of questionably loyal followers as they swoop through desert and more desert to tackle other criminals under the watch of a smooth-talking mayor and an obsessive sheriff. Each member of the gang has their own role to play within each other's lives and also the plot, with the series' overarching theme being the exploration of relationships and human connection, inspired by the personal experiences of the creators. Hey, I'm Winston, the creator and director of Wild Wesley. I mostly work in pre-production, focusing on character design, storyboards, and having the final say in revisions. That being said, I have a hand in every area of production, from script to final animation. So far, my favourite part of production have been the early boards for Sheriff Boone's monologue. He's easily my favourite character from the main cast, and has undergone several changes since production began, such as figuring out how a horse would wear pants. Boone represents all theatre kids who are forced to take more respectable career choices, but still embody that overdramatic persona at heart.
Howdy, I'm the other guy. I do a lot of the character writing and planning for the show. Odds are, if you hear a character giving a speech or a monologue, I probably had a hand or three in it. Although horror is my most beloved genre, I grew up watching my fair share of westerns, be it the Dollar Trilogy with my grandparents, or watching Bone Tomahawk at 3 a.m. instead of studying. My favorite part of production so far has been working on the various gang leaders you might get to see later on in the series, and the direction of our main cast could go, should we be able to continue. I have plans for you, Arcus. Great plans. But that won't be for a little while. In the meantime, I hope you're able to enjoy our dashing little mayor and our stalwart sheriff in the pilot, along with the rest of our main cast.
Hey there! My name is Asher, and I am the voice actor for Wiley Wesley. It has been such an honor being a part of this project, and an absolute blast getting to play this genuine creature of a gunslinger. Wesley is, sadly, the leader of the gang. A middle-aged man whose glory days, if they ever even existed, are far behind him. Having been an outlaw his whole life, he's managed to put together a small yet infamous gang of people who are willing to put up with him. That gang includes his lifelong best friend, Hercule, his adopted daughter, Wendy, and pretty much all of Wesley's friends. If I had to say, I think my personal favorite thing about Wiley is his old age. You know, he's still that act first, think later bandit who terrorized any location of accumulated wealth within the state, but now he has back pain. He's a dad of many years. He has some wisdom he carries. He'll never play strip poker again. He's old. And I feel that that adds a good amount of complexity to his character. He has a history, and I feel that that's a history you are all gonna love to see.
Hey, I'm Yada Wafala, the voice of Dominic Hercule and Wild Wesley. Don is such an incredible character to bring to life. He's this huge, gruff Hercules beetle with a voice as soft as his heart. You know, he's a husband, a best friend to Wesley, and the kind of guy who doesn't say much, but when he does, it has meaning, you know. What I love most about Don is how grounded and steady he is. I really connected to his quiet strength and the way he values his relationships above all else. His southern drawl and gruffness are a fun challenge, but tapping into his softer emotional core is the most rewarding part. I'm genuinely honored to be a part of a project with such talented and passionate creators. I can't wait for everyone to meet Don and the rest of the Wild Wesley crew.
Hey, I'm Lakyra Porter, and I voice Harriet Mateus in Wild Wesley. Harriet is a very happy and very excitable mechanic who is an aficionado at crafting weapons and getting the gang out of binds with her technical know-how. She does get anxious from time to time, but not for long with her optimism. And it didn't really take that much for me to get into character, because she really does speak to me. Her optimism, anxiousness, and joyfulness are all things that we have in common. I just love her so much, and all of the gang, really. But please make sure that you check out Wild Wesley.
Wendy Phantom is a no-nonsense girl, loosely inspired by the Western goth aesthetic. She is the group's sniper, tactician, and often the first to start asking the important questions when things go wrong. That question usually being, "Where the buggy is Wesley?" Hailing from a dilapidated farm neighbouring the town of Carapace, Elliot is an energetic vaquero turned flirtatious outlaw. Armed with a lasso, his wits, and his questionable charms, Elliot is the scrappy brawler of the group and Harriet's closest friend.
Hi, I'm Cola Luna, and I provide additional voices for Wild Wesley. I joined the Wild Wesley crew back in May, and it's been such an incredible experience. Production has gone smoothly from what I've seen, and I'm just always excited to see new storyboards. Like, the art is so damn good, you guys. Like, definitely one of the best projects I've been honored to be a part of. Also, I'm looking forward to seeing my character getting
Working on the Wild Wesley project has been such a joy and pleasure. The team is full of incredibly talented, awesome people who want to make the best show they can, and spoilers, they're nailing it. Oh, I just sit in on the Discord calls and I draw Donkey Kong.
The pilot episode of Wild Wesley is your first introduction to the main cast and the series themes, with little hints towards future characters and plotlines sprinkled in throughout. We want our pilot to be engaging and fun without treating it like a first episode. No information comes up in the pilot that would leave viewers lost if they only started the series from episode 1, but it does lay the foundations of everything that follows. The show takes place in the fictional country of Rostrum, a land inspired by the terrain of the American Southwest, and, of course, the aesthetics of the American frontier. The pilot will introduce you to the run-down town of Carapace, the home of Wally Wesley and the rest of his ragtag crew. It's a land torn by drought, gang wars, and a lack of resources. Pre-production for Wild Wesley has just about wrapped up, with only a few character references and pieces of concept art missing at the time this video is published.
Hello, my name is Patch. I am a storyboard artist on the Wild Wesley project and a very proud member of the team. My storyboards have primarily revolved around combat and fight sequences whenever there are action scenes in the project, and I sincerely love doing this. It is so much fun, and I'm so honored to have been given this opportunity. I do also animate, and I love being able to help out with figuring out how a character moves or how a scene would play out in motion. And I love it. I love it so much. Being able to work on Wild Wesley with Winston and everyone else has genuinely been one of the most incredible opportunities I've had the chance to experience in my career so far as an artist, and I'm so excited for literally everything that's going to be happening in the future. So yes, that's all from me. Thank you so much, and keep an eye out for us.
Going forward, we're currently hiring animators to work on the trailer for our pilot so that we can garner an audience to help fund the full production. This cost would cover what has already been paid for pre-production, animation, music production, backgrounds, compositing, and of course any material that we offer to people in thanks for them supporting the show. Additionally, we're happy to say that Wild Wesley will officially release with a French and Latin Spanish dub, with the trailer dropping in all 3 languages when it is done.
Salut, je m'appelle Rose, ou Ravanica pour ceux qui me connaissent, et je dirige la VF de Wild Wesley. Je suis la fondatrice d'un collectif nommé les Mics de Pain, qui vise à faire des doublages pour des œuvres indépendantes. J'ai déjà pu faire des VF sur d'autres chaînes comme Fazbear & Friends, AVTP, ou même pour des OG comme Pony.mov. Je suis aussi sur d'autres projets comme Outsider Trading, Earth Guy et d'autres dont je préfère garder le secret. Winston a un très beau projet et j'ai hâte de le rendre accessible à la commu francophone. C'était tout pour moi, merci à tous de m'avoir écouté et encore merci à Winston de m'avoir laissé passer dans sa vidéo.
Currently, there is no Kickstarter or backer kit up for Wild Wesley, however you can support its production on social media via any of the accounts on screen, or by signing up for the monthly Wild Wesley email updates over on our website. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for supporting us. It's been an honor to get to speak with all these other indie creators, and I look forward to seeing where everyone's projects go. It's always really nice to have that sense of community in animation circles, and any support that you as an artist, or as a viewer, or just as a friend can give to people like us, trust me, it goes miles. It's something that we all really appreciate. Thank you.
And there we have it. Those are all of our series for the evening. I implore you to check out each of them out. They're also interesting and unique, and deserve more than a moment to shine. So please find your way to the description and give each of these projects a follow. Make sure you stay tuned in case we decide to do one of these again. You can follow me here on YouTube, or even over on Twitter. Anyway, thank you all for your time, and thank you to the amazing creators, and goodbye.